Hi, and welcome to Liberal versus Conservative, meeting in the middle. So, Dan, I wanted to get your feedback on the NFL protests
Well,
that happened yesterday.
I had to figure you'd want to talk about that today.
I know you probably have strong thoughts about it.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Let me involve the liberal.
Okay.
What do you think? Why do you think we have sporting events? What do you think the the reason behind it is? Why do we have them?
Well, to me, they're a form of entertainment. That really, you have idols and mentors, and they're really, overall, though, to me, a form of entertainment.
Well, I don't know about idols, but what it is, especially sports, because it's animated.
Hmm.
People go to an NFL game, a baseball game, a basketball game to be entertained, like you said. But
Hmm.
it's a unity event, really, if you think about it, because all people from all walks of life, they come together as one to cheer on their team. Kind of
That's
like
true.
uniting behind the cause of patriotism. Yes, there's a lot of problems, but if we can just agree on one thing that binds us all, maybe we can solve the rest. But once
Okay.
you start going into NFL games and basketball games where people are uniting to come together, to be together, to just put all their problems away for a couple of hours, and but once you start using that as politics, it's going to destroy it. This is how you divide and conquer America.
Well, I was just going to say, to your point, but if you turn it into, politicizing it seems to divide the very thing that you were just saying brings us together.
It does.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to a football game, to cheer on their team, and you have the opposite teams, and cheering against them and cheering for your team. It brings in that stadium.
Hmm.
There's all walks of life there, all with one common goal: is to cheer on their team to a win.
Right.
But
And
now, once you take that, when these people are coming together and politicize it, and you do all that stuff, this is how you destroy America. You can't do it militarily. You can't do it financially. Just make the people against America.
wow.
Just divide and conquer within.
I mean, that takes it to a whole new level, Dan.
It is.
Yeah, it actually just diverts it into a whole new topic. I mean,
Well, it does, because you're you're just you're just really carving up the American population, putting them into groups,
yeah, I didn't think of it
and
that
there's
way.
not one common thing that unites people. If you don't have that one thing that unites everyone, you have nothing. You
Right?
have a civil war. You have a fractured country. You have nothing. You know that. But when you use a uniting event to divide, to protest or do whatever, it doesn't work. It
Well,
never works.
yeah, no. I mean, there's a lot of talk, obviously, out there about what happened yesterday and what's been going on since the whole beginning when Kaepernick started all of this. But
Yeah, the guy with a beautiful life story who could have really done a lot of good.
yeah, I didn't really understand that one. I will have to say, I wasn't quite sure when I learned more about his history and upbringing, and it kind of threw me off why he was doing what he was doing in the first place.
To destroy America. A lot of people believe I'm kind of camp that he has his girlfriend is Muslim, very anti-American. And the best way to destroy America is to divide it. If you look at like the Middle East, those countries are run by a bunch of different groups. They're never unified behind one thing. The one
Hmm.
thing that they're usually unified behind is religion. But in
Right?
America, we were always unified by patriotism
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
good things.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be unified under one religion. I like the different parts of it was what made America great. But once you destroy anything that unites us, we're done. It's over.
Yeah, and it's a really good point because I think people are so shocked by what's going on in football, and now we have, the baseball player that dove right into it. But it's kind of shocking because, you just don't realize what it's doing there, why it's interrupting something that you're trying to do that actually does make you feel good. So that's really interesting to me because you don't think of it when it is invading some of your other areas of your life. But because we all do watch football, it's such a big thing here in America. Yeah, it's kind
But
of,
it's not just football, too.
no, not anymore.
They're
No.
doing award shows.
Yep.
They're
Same,
doing,
again,
they're
entertainment is turning into
politicizing
politics.
everything that
Mhm.
brings people together.
Right. I mean, I have to say, I don't really want to know some of that stuff sometimes, because I'm enjoying some entertainment, which is what I was saying about the sports too. I like it to be entertaining. I want to have, my sports idols that I adore, that I want to follow. But if they're stepping in and crushing what I'm trying to watch or be a part of, it makes it more difficult for me to enjoy what I'm doing or even get involved with what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching movies, following actors. Now we have, the athletics. Who is your favorite football star? Well, what did he do? Did that change your mind? You
Yeah.
know,
Well, we got like real problems with like North Korea where we should be uniting and,
mm-hmm.
showing a strong front to them. But, North Korea, Iran, they're all laughing. They're watching this country. They don't even have to do anything. And that's what, if they're talking about Russia ruining our election, remember what Russia told us back in the day. Hey, eventually, the people in America will kneel. They'll, like the Reagan speech, once we're destroyed from within, spiritually, morally, and economically, we're done.
Yeah.
I mean, Reagan's speech is coming true.
Yep, he did say all that, and it is true. And, while everyone's worried about, well, what side am I on and trying to do all the right fighting, we're not really paying attention to the fact that it is dividing us more and more. It's a great point. I knew you would have something good and intelligent to say about yesterday.
Well, it's just like America. We got the most powerful military in the world, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't beat Vietnam. We can't really beat Iraq. You can't invade a country and beat it anymore. You just can't. Because the people will rise up and they will give you a guerrilla fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like in America how we chased the English back to England, and you just can't do it. So the only way to really destroy a country is from within. Spiritually, morally, and economically, where they have nothing to grasp onto.
Yeah.
If you don't see the ground in your country as a country full of different people and something to be cherished, it becomes nothing.
It gives me goosebumps. I mean, it's almost like I don't even want to think about what you're saying because it makes me feel uneasy because I can see it. When you really sit and think about it, you can see it happening. Everyone's in an uproar about something without really noticing that we're just separating more and more from each other.
Right, and if you go from...
That's sad.
If they say, like, if you look at the reason Kaepernick, I don't even want to say his name.
Kaepernick, yeah.
I don't want to say his name.
I know.
LeBron James didn't want to say Trump's name, so I don't want to say any of their names either.
Fair enough.
The country was divided. Trump didn't divide anyone. You were dividing the country by taking your platform of bringing people in and being negative and just shut up and play.
Right. It is a disruption.
On your off time, use your power.
Mm-hmm.
Buy more kids clubs in inner cities. Do stuff that's you talking about it and dividing country won't help.
Yeah.
Show me and I'll follow.
Right. That's what I mean. So many of them are idolized and they're heroes to people in some ways. And there's so much influence they could have. But right now you're not sure what side to be on. You're trying to understand what they're doing. You're trying to understand why it's Trump's fault. You're trying to understand what's exactly happening with it and what you should be doing. And it's very confusing.
That's all I got to say about that. We'll talk about something else next time. I don't have anything else to say. What more can you say? People already know it.
Yeah,
so,
division in America
the people
through
listening
football.
to this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and tell us what you think. How are you doing it? Do you think it's going to work?
Yeah.
Or you think it's going to destroy everything?
I would love to know because it confuses me.
It. I'm up out of here.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.